I got from 115 pounds to around 145 pounds in about a year is basically I ate 3,500 calories per day with 1 pound of protein per gram of body weight. So for example, if I weighed 135 pounds, I would eat 135 grams of protein. Another other thing is I'll make sure to track it using MyFitnessPal, which is free. Always make sure to drinking calories is easier than eating calories, so that's what I would mainly do. And then I'd make sure to have a balanced diet, a lot of carbs, about like 20% of your calories fat. And then I'd still do cardio, I'd still do like fitness and stuff. I didn't really care about that, like how many calories I'm expending. I'll just eat more if I'm doing more activities. So yeah, so that's about it for the calorie stuff, for the gaining weight. I definitely think I could have bulked harder, could have ate like 4,000 calories, and right now I'd probably be way bigger because it was my first year of going to the gym. So when you're starting out, you can definitely gain muscle quicker. So I definitely should have done that, but it is what it is. So that's about it for the food category. For the fitness, I did a push-pull legs 6 days a week. And I could also show the routine that I had probably like in the screen here of push, pull, and then legs. And then I could also show clips of me working out maybe. And I also I progressed a lot because it was my first year, so anyone could progress. I did push, pull, legs. Honestly, you don't have to do that. That's more of like if you really like going to the gym. I love going to the gym, so that's why I chose to do it 6 days a week. But if you don't really like to, you can just do upper lower and just do 4 days a week, or even less if you're beginning. You can just do a full body split and only go 3 days a week. So it's all up to you, but the main thing to focus is the volume and how close you are going to failure. So make sure you're going at least either to failure or 1 rep shy of failure or 2 reps shy of failure. I never go anything less than that. And when you're a noob, you might not know like what failure really is, so I'd suggest going to failure so you actually know what it feels like to go to failure, so you know what 1 rep shy of failure is and what 2 reps shy of failure is. So those are the 3 like reps that you can go, either failure, 1 rep shy, or 2 rep shy. And then for the sets and the volume, you can always change it based on how you feel. So for example, if you're hitting legs, push-pull legs twice a week, and you never recover quick enough for the second workout of the week, then you should probably lower the volume a little bit, lower the sets, and vice versa. If you feel like you're recovering perfect and you're not even training that hard, like you're recovering 2 days before you have the next workout, then I'd say up the volume a little bit or up the intensity. You don't always have to up the volume, you just have to up the intensity, go to failure on some exercises, so that the goal is to be around like 90% recovered before your next workout session. So don't be going into the next workout session where you're already fatigued and tired. That means that you did way too much volume or way too much intensity, not enough rest in between. So yeah. Then for the rep ranges and sets that I normally do 2 sets or 3 sets, and I'll make sure to do the rep range between 6 to 15. I think that's optimal, honestly. I think anything over 15 is like you won't really go to failure, you know. Like for example, if you're doing a 25 rep set, you could definitely have done 27, you know. But if you're doing a 15 rep set, then 15 reps and you're going to failure. But the most important thing is to always progressive overload. So let's say I do bicep curls 20 pounds for 2 sets and I get 12 reps both times. So then the next week I'm going to do 22.5 pounds and I'm going to get 8 reps. And then next week I'll get 10 reps. The next week I'll get 12 reps. And then you keep progressing. And then once you get 12 reps again, you go to 25. That's the most important thing if you want to build muscle. You got to make sure that you keep upping the weight or upping the reps so that you know that you're progressing. Especially on a bulk where you're able to. And when you're a beginner, like maybe on a cut you might not be able to progress as much. That's fine. But on a bulk and in your first few years, you definitely should. So I was progressing a lot. Like, I mean, my bench went from like 115 to 165 in the first year, and now that I'm making this video, I'm at 185, but I haven't benched in like a month, so I could probably hit 195 now. So yeah, just keep progressing, make sure you're progressing. What else? Don't do 1 rep maxes unless you have an ego. Like, I only do it just for fun, but it's not really optimal at all because you're just gonna get fatigued and you're not gonna build muscle doing it. But if you want to, you can. It's just fun to do it. That's why I do it. Another thing is switch up the routine. I'd say around every like 4 months, 3 to 4 months, or whenever you feel like you're plateauing consistently, so you don't really make any gains. Then I'd say you should switch the routine to something new. Switch the split maybe. Like now, for example, I'm not doing push-pull legs anymore. I'm doing upper-lower arms. So I'll do lower Monday, upper Tuesday, rest Wednesday, Thursday arms, then Friday legs again, then Saturday upper. So I have a different split 5 days a week, and I'm really enjoying the split. I might even like it more than the push-pull legs because you have a separate day to do arms, and I really feel like I feel my chest and my back growing more than when I did push-pull legs. So yeah, it's all up to you. I'd say switch the routine every like 3 to 4 months though. Even if you're not plateauing, I'd say switch it up. Do a new routine. You shouldn't do the same routine for like a whole year. And yeah, that's basically it. I did a little bit of calisthenics as well. Like I was able to get my pull-ups from like 3 to 10 in a year. I was able to do some push-ups. Now I'm able to do a 1-arm push-up, a handstand. I'll make a video on how to do a handstand pretty soon. I'm going to try to get more consistent for sure on these YouTube videos, and I'm going to try to upload at least once a week. Basically, handstand, I'm going to run a marathon pretty soon, so I'll document how that went. I'll say my new split, upper lower arms. I'll show more clips of me working out and my diet and everything. And I'm definitely going to progress a lot faster because I'm taking it way more serious now. So if you want to join in on the journey, then just subscribe and you'll see how much I'm going to progress way faster because I'm actually going to try to like do this YouTube thing for real, and I'm going to try to do this fitness thing for real as well. So yeah, that's about it. Just make sure you're consistent. That's like one of the most important things. So if you know you're not going to be consistent on a push-pull legs 6 days a week, then don't do it. Because I saw myself starting to slack on that as well. Like, I would not work out on the weekends because I'll be doing shit on the weekends, like party or shit. Like party and shit. But do a split that you know that you can consistently do. So I do 5 days a week because I'm just going to do it Monday to Friday. And then on the weekends, I can do whatever I want. I have more freedom there. And also, I push harder on those days because I get to rest 2 days now instead of just 1 day. But both splits are great. Just make sure that you do a split that you're going to be consistent to. And make sure you do exercises that you like so that you know you'll be consistent for them. You know, don't do exercises just because they're the most optimal. That is really good, but if you know you don't like doing a machine incline, just bench press. Even though it's less optimal, like if you enjoy it more, then you'll consistently do it more often, and you'll actually want to go hit that workout, and you'll actually progress more because you're not going to be like, fuck, I don't want to do this optimal bullshit. Just do something that you enjoy. And if it happens to be optimal, that's even better. So the only supplement I took really was just creatine monohydrate while I was working out this year. So I really suggest it to anyone. Any type of creatine monohydrate, just make sure it's monohydrate. And you'll be stronger, recover faster. It even helps with brain development and shit. It's really good. And you'll probably gain about 6 pounds of like water weight. I know creatine doesn't work for everyone. Like, it only works for like 75% of the people. So test it out for yourself. If you don't see that you gained weight like in the first month, like 5 or 6 pounds, then you're probably a non-responder. So just keep that in mind. But that's about it. So yeah, that's the only supplement I took. And I'll keep following up with progressions. Like, I'm going to do a road to 225 bench. I'll do my 2-year progress check and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to post more often. All right, see you boys.